going to live the way you made me. Live the way you made me. I will live the way you made me. And I will not fear.
Hey, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on God's green earth. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to I've Got Favor. It's your time to shine with me, your hostess, Prophetess T. I don't know if you guys recognize the voice in the background, but that's Miss Daphne Hilton. She's on with us this evening, and I'm so excited about what God is doing, the favor that is upon her life this year. She's back at it again, out there singing to the glory of God, and He's just been raining down blessing upon blessing upon blessing upon her. So, for those of you that don't know this young lady, I want to introduce her to you before we bring her up here onto the platform. So Miss Daphne Hilton is a multi-award-winning recording artist. She's a native of Miami, Florida, and has made Atlanta, Georgia her hub to expand her ministry and artistry. Daphne has shared the stage with many gospel greats as a lead and a background vocalist. She has appeared on several TV broadcast shows, and her songs have been featured on 2 independent SAG film soundtracks. Daphne was awarded the Gospel Choice Music Award Artist of the Year for 2019. She is one of the CEOs of Blue Mile Music Consultants LLC, a member of Contemporary Adult Division of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. She's a SAG member of the Stellar Gospel Music Awards and now serves on the board of the Gospel Choice Music Awards. She is also the founder of her nonprofit organization, Daddy's Girls of Destiny, and she's a songwriter, a vocalist, producer, technician, and a youth minister and a mentor and a mama herself. And she is a strong, powerful woman of God. And we could just go on and on with a list of things that we could say about her. I met her last year, her and her partner, Calandra, and I just love these women. They got some spirits that make you want to jump and shout when you hear them sing and go in for Jesus. And I'm telling you, they are strong, powerful women within the industry. Not only do they work with Christian artists, but they'll work with those in the secular industry, and those of you that are maybe wanting to get into the industry that don't know exactly what you're doing and you need some assistance. So she's going to tell us about some of the wonderful things that she's doing individually, as well as the things that she's doing with Blue Miles, and some other things that God is doing with her, and some nominations that she's got for this year and awards that she's won as too. So let's not hold back any longer, and let's bring Miss Daphne Hilton on. Hey, sis.
Hey, y'all. How are you?
We are wonderful. We are so excited to have you on here. I thank you truly, because I know your schedule is so busy. I had to try to book you a month in advance.
I know.
But that's a good thing. I love that God is using you for His glory, and you're doing a lot of traveling.
I love the Lord. I mean, it is what it is. I love God. And, as I gotten older, and I'm an empty nester. So, the Lord, I'm going full 100 head first. Not feet first, but head first. And so I'm just so excited for what God is really, really, really doing in my life and for the people of God and in this world. So, I mean, you can see His hand.
Yes, ma'am. We most definitely can. I can see everything that you're doing on your Facebook, because I'm a Facebook stalker. I mean, I'm a Facebook friend. So I just wanted to let you know, congratulations. And I'm excited for you, sis. I'm so proud of you. And I look at you as somebody to aspire to follow in the footsteps of, because I see you do everything in excellence. So I appreciate you. You show me how to do it in excellence. And I pray that I pick it up and do it that way. So come on, let's start telling the people we got to get into the good tea about you. Tell them about, for one, the single that we just played, where they can get it, your album, all the good stuff. You got videos and stuff coming up too, I do believe.
Yeah, we've been working really hard in the background trying to create really good content for the music, as well as just just getting more visibility, and so people can see, God is doing a whole lot of stuff. We
Yes.
just need the visibility, and so people know, so we all testimonies for God, and he gets all the glory for that. So again, my name is Daphne Hilton, and y'all, I have this wonderful single out, and it's called The Way You Made Me. And God gave me this music before the pandemic, and I just couldn't put it out because it was so much going on at the time. And I said, God's timing is always the right timing. So, and the music, then the song, The Way You Made Me, is all about how God made you and be okay with that. What God has called you to do and be okay with that. Not worry about the naysayers, not worry about people, what they're saying, not worry about what people are doing. Oh man, they got this and they got this and that got this. Well, God, I want to do that. God said, your path is already ordained for you. So the way you made me, it's all about just being okay with God and being okay with how he made you and how your voice sound, and if you're a musician, if you're a singer, however God made you, be okay with that, because God has called somebody to you. He has called somebody to you. So
And I just think that's wonderful. Like you say, just be uniquely who God has
absolutely.
created you to be. And I think we don't think of that when he says that he created us in his image, meaning his likeness and his characteristics.
Yes,
We each are a representation of a facet of God. So be that. Be it the finger, the wrist, the neck, whatever part that you play within the body, be that
absolutely. Because the
and
Bible
run
says
that.
many members, but one body. The Bible says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. He said, and we really know this. We
Look,
know this, but we have so many things that pushes just tread over us, I guess, and just kind of just is down us and on top of us, and just
right.
constantly just pounding. We forget who God has made us. We
Yes.
forget
Well,
because the
I hate to
world.
interrupt you, sis, but we have a comment by one of our guests who wants to hear you sing a little something. She wants to hear the uniqueness of God in you.
Well, bless the name of the Lord. Hallelujah.
And she said, "Sing a little something,
Well,
please."
I can do um I'm going to live the way you made me. Live the way you made me. I will live the way you made me. And I will not fear.
That's all me, cuz just want you to know that she was borrowing my, my voice. That was all my alto, y'all. that,
Me.
that was beautiful. You got chills on me. So tell me how you came up with the words for that song. Where were you at when you wrote that?
Feeling down and out, feeling insecure, feeling like I've come to my end in the industry as a singer, as a writer. Oh my goodness, just thinking like, oh God, is this it? And I guess the pandemic really took its toll on me as a singer and just in general. Let me put it like, I think, and not just me, a whole lot of us. And
Mhm.
I was just writing, and I told God, I said, Lord, if I wrote a song called All of Me before this. And I told God, I said, well, if you don't do this, I won't be able to do this by myself. I feel like I'm like this. And I'm like, God, which way am I going? Because in this industry and in just being a woman of God, and you got everybody saying this, everybody saying this. Oh, you should do this. Oh, you should go this way. But you gotta trust in the Lord. You gotta blah blah blah. You know all this stuff. And so you're sitting there like, well, God, I want to lean not to my own understanding, but I want to
Right.
trust you. And sometimes it's like, well, I got a word for you, what the Lord said. And I'm like, God, did you really say this? Because this don't seem like what you told me.
Mhm.
So Me, I told God, I'll give you all of me. So now that we're on this journey of giving God all of me, so it's like, okay, Lord, I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to think about what somebody else is doing. I don't want to think about oh, well, they got a Stella, oh, they got a Grammy. Well, God, you said we go, well, they on this. And God said, I'm you living the way I created you. The gap and all. I had a really big gap. So I
I
decided
think
to
it's
put braces in to
going.
close it down a little bit. And I just love being me now. I don't have to worry about, all this other stuff that, the industry will put on you
Yes,
about you gotta look like this, you gotta
yes,
sound like this, you gotta wear this, you can't
yes,
do this, you can't do this. God said, I fearfully and wonderfully created you, Daphne, in my own image. So whatever I made in you is good. So that's how live the way you made me. And there's a passage in the song that says, um, it says, take the load off of my shoulder. Take the load off. I'm the one putting this on me. It says, take the load off my shoulder, satisfy me with your word. Everybody knows that, well, those that believe in God knows that the word gives us life.
yes,
So he says, he will satisfy us. It says, I told God, satisfy me with your word. The work of your hand is on me. So I'm not going to fear whatever call, whatever platform you put me on, I'm not going to fear. I'm going to do it with boldness. I'm going to stand with boldness and sing. I'm going to stand with boldness and preach. I'm going to stand with boldness and give an encouragement. I'm going to stand with boldness because I had so many insecurities, not just from the industry, just growing up, being this little dark, I was a thin little thing back in the day, but I had a lot of insecurities because
yes.
of what people would say and well, no, not you, but her. I'm gonna talk about my best friend. My best friend was picked for in a play, and they didn't pick me. And I was like, oh my God, I went on crying. And I was telling my mom, and she was like, you can sing. You can sing. And I was like, I can't sing because they didn't pick me, just a little stuff like that. So growing up, and you got so many young women and just women in general, and I'm speaking to the women, but me and you too, but I'm speaking to the women, we have so many insecurities because what society say we should look like or we should
Right.
do. And it's like, no, God created you in his image. Be who you are and be, like you said, authentically you. And God's going to put you on the platforms that's supposed to be for you.
You. And you know what, Miss Daphne, I love every word. I hope that you guys are taking notes and that this is ministering to your Shando, because I can say that for
Hallelujah.
me, myself, because I was like that, very insecure, low self-esteem, just because of what everybody else was saying or what I seen everybody else doing. And even with this, doing this, because
Yes,
my numbers didn't look the way it did, or
that part.
I wasn't getting accolades or all the support I thought I had. I
Yes,
wasn't there. I would look at somebody else's stuff and they would be rocking and rolling and stuff. But what God has for you is for you. And I think what makes us unique individuals is when we begin to recognize
absolutely.
who we are and whose we are, and we're good in it. And like you said, and we walk with fearlessness and boldness in it.
Yes,
Because when I realized, hey, I'm T, and I'm not religion, I'm not Christianity.
absolutely.
I'm a saint, and I'm a child of God. But guess what? I'm not going to look like every other, reverend, deacon, prophetess, or whatever. I'm not going to look like what Kojic looked like. I'm not going to look like what Methodists look like.
Yes,
I'm going to look like what the child of God, like T, looks like, and
absolutely.
how God created me. Because the sound that I have, that God gave me from Zion, is not going to sound like you. It's not going to look like you. And guess what? It's going to have a little attitude. Okay.
Absolutely.
And I believe
Okay, for the
God is that way.
attitude.
So I love what you said. So is this what drove you to start your ministry, Daddy's Girls of Destiny?
Well, Daddy's Girls of Destiny, I created God gave me this. This was so weird. No, it wasn't weird. It was God. God gave me this. My daughter was in the third grade, my oldest. And, if you talk to teachers and childhood educators, they'll say like the third grade is a big change for them. First and second, blah, blah, blah. But that third grade, they really get into different studies, different everything, right? So my daughter, she wanted mud jeans, and she wanted I don't want this. I want to go to children's place, and I want to get this. And I'm like, why is she, what is going on here? She's changing.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be a choir director over children's choir. I had like 132 students in the choir. It was crazy.
God bless you.
I love the Lord. That's why I say I love the Lord. And every every parent be like, I don't know, Daphne, you having issues with Maya? I'm calling her name. They was like, cause my daughter is in the third grade, and I say yes, because I've been talking to a lot of different educators, and I'll never forget. I went to sleep and I woke up, and God said, Daddy's Girls of Destiny. Now, my daughters, I'm divorced. So me and my ex-husband, we co-parent. So, but my third grader at the time was having issues with the whole daddy separation, back and forth and back and forth. And I never forget this. I'm from a product of a divorced parents as well. And I'm sitting here like, wow, I know how that felt. I know how that felt. So Daddy's Girls of Destiny came about because there were so many young ladies in the choir that their dad wasn't living with them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them, the dad wasn't even around. I thank God that my ex-husband decided to co-parent with me. Well, really, he didn't have a choice, because I said, you're going to co-parent with me. So you co-parenting with me. But anyway, so I started teaching and ministering to the mothers. And then I had young adults that was ministering and teaching to the little babies, the little girls. And Daddy's Girls of Destiny was from third grade, that's your entry level, to 12th grade. And we got so many different, triumphs in the ministry. We're on a hiatus right now because my kids, they're older now, they're relaunching it from their perspectives. So it was for all girls. It didn't matter if your daddy was in the house, daddy wasn't in the house, because a lot of times your daddy in the house and you don't have a relationship with dad because dad working all the time. He can be in the house and it's still there's something in the middle. So we would have parenting discussions. One thing I used to tell my parents, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Don't say nothing negative about that man. Let your daughter decide how, that relationship will evolve. Every girl wants that daddy. She want to be the apple of his eye. That's a natural thing. We want to be the apple of God's eye. So that's a natural thing. So I used to tell the parents, stop, get out of the way. If that child wants to call her dad, call him and say, hey, she wants to call you. I used to go behind my kids' back. If my ex-husband said, I'm coming to get them, I would pack their bags and I would put them in the closet. Because if he didn't show up, they'll never know. I would pack their bags, put them in the closet. And if he came, oh, guess what? Daddy coming this weekend. Guess what? You guys are going with daddy. Boom, bags. If he didn't come, close the door. They go to sleep. They go to school. Because I worked at home 2 days a week. I will unpack. Boom, 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 done. So you got to get, even if that daddy is a bum, that daughter don't think that daddy's a bum.
That's right.
That's my daddy.
Right.
I'm a daddy's girl. I get it. So that's how that came about. So they're relaunching it now. We're actually we're doing preliminaries now because it's needed. That's how it came about.
I was actually talking to some gentlemen at my job about that. I said, I wish you guys would stop planting seeds and then running off and leaving it. You don't want to water it. You don't want to weed it. You don't want to nurture it. You don't want to give it no, miracle grow, nothing.
Nothing.
So, and I know for me, I think that was a lot of what my issues is that I didn't know daddy's love. I actually my dad was an alcoholic. So I didn't learn my father until a month and a half before he passed.
Wow.
He got bone cancer, and that's the first time I seen him sober.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
this person my mother had already told me about, always told me about as a child, that I never seen. I
Mm-hmm.
met in my 30s. I was so devastated,
Wow.
because I only had a month and a half. But I loved my dad without a passion, and the little girl in me, I had to heal her.
That little girl. There you
Yeah,
go.
I had to heal her. And so I think what you're doing for girls is absolutely wonderful. Parents, do you hear that? We need to stop using our children as weapons,
Get out the way.
as negotiation tools.
Get out the way.
And don't let you don't make the choice, but I think we speak that through our lineage too.
Mm-hmm.
When you tell them their dad ain't no good, he's a bum, or they hear all that and stuff, it just pushes them towards that as an attraction too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you need to watch. Your words have power.
You said a mouthful right there, sister. Absolutely.
So I can't wait for your daughters to get it started again. But let's get back to talking about what God is doing with you. So I see that you're sitting on all these boards. How do you have time to put out an album and travel? How do you do this?
Well, you make time for what you want to make time for.
This truth, right
And
there.
and it's amazing that and they're not all 12 months of the year consistently. So I thank God for that. We have planning periods, and I have it on my calendar. Everybody knows, boom, 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 on my calendar. If I have to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. I mean, go to the bank, go cook food. Everything is on my calendar because I'm bad with dates, and my manager is on Benjamin. Big
Ah,
Ben is on. He know I'm bad with calendar. He already know. He has to put things on my calendar. So, but I love what I do. Um, I was Gospel Choice Artist of the Year 2019, and I wanted to come back and serve. So I came back and served for with Jeffrey Holmes, the CEO of Gospel Choice Music Awards, and just like the SAG members, I mean, I applied. They said yes, and now I'm a voting member. We get emails. I love that part. Oh my goodness, I'm working on my Grammy Academy. I'm working on the Grammy Academy. I just think that if we're gonna be in the industry, be in the industry.
come on,
You
learn
know,
it.
be a part of it all.
Learn your business.
If you want to get the whole experience,
Hmm.
sometimes I think we're in this little box and we say, well, God, why not? Well, come out the box and you'll see so much bigger. It's like, man, God, you out here too. So I think that, this it's good to be a part of that. So you can really say, I had a part in this. I'm working on my Dove registration as well. I'm believing God that I'm going to be Dove nominated. I'm going to be Stella nominated. I'm going to be Grammy nominated.
Speak
I
those
just really
things as if they were.
I just really believe that. So it's just, I just like what I do. I do a lot. But
You
it's not
do.
because
You are busy. When you said you went head first out, you went.
but I do rest. I actually rest.
So that's good, because I want to talk about that. God even tells us that we need to take time to meditate. So for him to be able to speak to you and guide you and direct you, because we always want to keep kingdom first.
Absolutely.
Um, so finding time in the balance of it, because like you said, you're an adult, you're a parent of adult children now,
Yeah.
empty nester. You moved. You've only been in
Yes.
the outskirts of Atlanta about a couple years now, and like I said, you're sitting on all these boards, and then you're the CEO
Oh,
also.
we got to talk about the business.
Yes, come on, sis.
Listen, I love the Lord. That's all I can say because now Blue Mile Music Consultants, we are a consulting company that help. We have certain areas that we help in. If you need somebody to help you walk you through all of your paperwork as an artist, we can do that. If you need someone to plot your stages and do your run of the show, a rundown and your checklist, we can do that. If you need somebody to orchestrate your studio time and how to do it and train you, and because some people that can sing live can't sing studio.
Bing.
So a lot of people can sing live, but they cannot sing studio. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you because you're in this little room by yourself. I don't know. I'm an introvert, so it don't matter to me. I can play by myself. Some people can't do that, so we teach those techniques. I'm a vocal technician because I had a vocal injury. So I have a vocal therapist. So everything that I learned with my vocal therapist, I like to give that information out. That's what Blue Mountain Music does. We are a research company. We go, not saying that we have degrees and all of this stuff, but we go and research it. We go and find out. We go and ask questions. We write articles. So that's what we do. So whatever I'm learning, I'm going to regurgitate it back out to my industry that I say I'm in. So we have information. We always like to give a 30-minute free consultation. Just come talk to us. See how we can come alongside you and help you. Because I know what it's like, and Calandra knows what it's like as well. As an independent artist, we out here, ain't nobody signing no checks to us. You know what I'm saying? Like that. We ain't signed with the company who's gonna put up all these marketing doctors, put up all these marketing dollars and put up all of these dollars for us. We putting up dollars for ourselves. So we find a way to navigate through the system where we can be quote unquote successful in our communities.
Yeah, and I love your manager, Benjamin. I gotta get with you. I've got to get you on here too. So you make sure before you get off here, sir. Yes, sir. Give me a time to get a hold of you. But I met him, and this is a young individual. Like I said, this is a baby. This is a baby, and his heart is huge. I had a brief moment to interview him after I spoke with you guys down there at the Spin Awards, and my heart, I was like, oh, his heart is just so open to do so much within the industry, and he is something else too. Y'all are like octopuses. I feel like I'm way behind. I just got like maybe 4 things. Y'all got
like he's doing his thing.
Y'all got 4 million things you're doing. I'm just like 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta catch up. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how you have the energy to do it, but I'm going to start doing like you say. I just
some rest. It's okay, Lord. What we doing today? Like my pastor says, we doing Jesus today. I don't know what we doing today, but all I know is we gonna do Jesus today.
So like I said, I aspire to follow in your footsteps, and I love watching you. And like we say, you never know who's sitting back in the cut watching what you do, and it keeps me inspired to keep going. Like I said, when I see you guys striving for higher and higher, and it's good to hear that we ain't trying to put on no fakeness, no facet. We just being us. And I like that because both of you have your own uniqueness. Obviously, like I said, I feel your vibe. I feel like we sisters for real in kinship, because I think we kind of do stand out a little different than other female ministers. I think we're a little bit outside the cuff.
Out of the box.
The holy collar up to here, and I'll rock the crazy hairdos and the colors, and you see what I'm saying. So we ain't y'all everybody's cup of tea, but I'm there for somebody,
Absolutely.
There for somebody.
Absolutely. There is somebody's name in your heart that God has assigned you to. So
there's that person that's just waiting on you. So
absolutely.
It feels good to know that God is showing me my sisters in the tribe out there.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you guys so much. So now we got the single. You got 2 singles out, right? Right now,
I'm gonna drop the EP in a couple of months. Me and Big Ben is sitting here thinking about what month. So we have preliminaries we got to talk about. So,
and you also are you doing a video for one of those?
We're actually doing The Way You Made Me, and I have to go back and do All of Me. So we're just working on the preliminaries for that. I found someone to actually do it. So we're just kind of working on the preliminaries, how to do it, meaning what the treatment of the video is. So
Okay. Well, make sure that when you do that, when you guys get that all out, that you hit Danny up too, because you know Danny does indie artist hours. Matter of fact, he's going to be
oh,
playing your. Yes, my husband does that.
oh,
So he's like y'all. He got 50 million things going on too, but he.
absolutely.
So he's been playing your music. You're featured as one of the indie artists he does for free.
Oh,
We need
thank
to get you set up to
you.
do an interview. He's got his own program on Roku as well on the Infinity Network, along with me.
Oh, did not know that.
You know, every
Okay,
Thursday.
hit me. Send me the information.
I sure will. See there, I gave you a plug, DJ Hiley, aka Danny, my good thing, in the other room.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
So yeah, we get you hooked up too. And Ben, any of the other artists that you got to make sure you get them hooked up with Danny too. You know. Okay. See, look at that. See, this is how family do. We look out for each other. I'm gonna lift
I
you
love
up.
it.
No, I'm gonna bless you so God can, make room for everybody. Yeah, he's got Calendra's
Absolutely.
playing too. He's got Calendra's music, some other
Absolutely.
people's music as well. So let me ask you something. If there was anything that you could do over again, if you had an opportunity in starting out in the industry, what do you think that would be? What would be the advice you'd give to somebody um, starting out?
Don't rush it and listen. Don't get so excited about it. Um, if God gave it to you, it's going to happen. Just don't rush it. I tell this story all the time. I was at an event and my music, this one of this DJs, this jockeys, she said, "Ooh, you can really sing, but your music is loud." She said it. She said, "Now you see how he's singing up here? You need to go back and get your music to sound like that." So my producer at the time, he told me, he said, Daphne, let's not. I told him, I said, I think everything is so low. You need to turn it up. From Miami, everything loud, heavy bass, boom, 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 boom. This is what we do. So I said, just turn up a little bit. So I didn't know, you know, ignorant of the whole how things work in this industry. I was new, and it was peaking. So I never forget, another radio person told me, she said, "Ooh, I want to play your music, but girl, it just peaks when I put it in." I'm like, whoa. I had to go back and redo 3 of the songs that I had already pushed. She said, "Oh, it's just so loud." I didn't realize when they say peaking red, peaking red. I did not know anything about it. I was rushing, rushing, rushing. My songs weren't even tagged when I was sending them out to everybody because I was so excited, so excited. And then I started going to classes because I'm a lifelong learner. I started going to these conferences, going to the classes as an artist this time, not as somebody just singing in a choir, hanging out in the choir. I'm an actual artist. So I started going to the classes, going to songwriting class, going to music business class. I'm like, oh my God, I should have waited. Sound good now. Every day I wake up and I say, thank you. That's on the first project, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she said, "Oh, your song's so loud." I was like, Jesus. I mean, I still remember that today. So when I got my new producer, I said, okay, I needed to sound, the volume need to be like this song. We went through every song. Does it sound like this? I said, because it cannot peak. He said, I got you. So any artist that's starting out, listen. Don't rush it. Have a listening party. Get some people around you that know the business. So, and hey, listen to my song, how it sound. I wish I was just so, I was, not no more.
See, so I think that right there, you guys, I think that goes with anything in life. That's just a life, a piece of food that y'all need to chew on for anything in life. I think if we have an ideal or we aspire to do something, we need to learn. Always be teachable. Always be open to
Lifelong
be
learner.
taught. And I always learn this too. If somebody already has worked it and it's doing it and it's profitable, why try to change the wheel? So I mean, you can put your own uniqueness to it. It doesn't mean you have to change it. Because like I tell everybody, there's like 50 million artists out there, but everybody ain't supposed to be a Whitney Houston or a Daphne
Absolutely.
Hilton or T
Absolutely.
Freeman. So what's for you is for you, and rock that. I tell everybody, if I'm supposed to be a millionaire, the reason I'm a millionaire in the aspect of financially is because that millions is supposed to be working for the kingdom anyways. I don't work for myself.
Come
Hello,
on.
somebody. When God makes a way for you to have what you have, it's because you need it to do kingdom stuff. It ain't for you to get them mansions,
Mm,
them BMWs, and all this other stuff. Because first of all, that ain't what we're supposed to be chasing after, anyways. We're
right.
supposed to
All
have
those things will be added.
right. Those things are given to you because if you roll in the industry and you have to, because I was telling Danny that I was like, I think we're supposed to have this big house because when we have artists over and they're recording and we're supposed to, be able to keep them there and, entertain and all this stuff. And God woke me up a few days ago and said, you know what, that brick and mortar is what I need you to do. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to downsize y'all's house so y'all quit holding up on
Look at the
doing what
Lord.
I've told you to do.
Look at the
So
Lord.
now we have to go outside for our brick and mortar. Come on, somebody.
I love the
And I'm
Lord.
excited
I
about
love the Lord.
and we don't worry about finances. We don't worry about where it's going to be located. None of that stuff. I know God will lead us to it because he said it. And I expect you to be true to your word, Lord. You
That
said
part.
it.
Absolutely.
It's kingdom.
His word, because his word does not come back void.
Right. So you guys, if God has told you to do it, know he'll give you everything that you need. And guess what? Even the people that have the money to finance you, to give you a helping hand, a hand up, or to educate you, God will put them in your path.
Every
Y'all
time.
will cross paths. And I love that. Like I said, I watch y'all and I learn. And I think you said the best thing. I don't think nothing's wrong with workshops. When we go to these conferences and these gatherings, you belong to the GMWA. That's exactly what they're there for.
Mhm.
Is to educate you to the industry. It's a business. Yes, it is a business as well as ministry, but we do everything in kingdom in excellence.
Absolutely. In excellence.
So you need to learn. And like I said, listen to somebody that has walked it. Don't let
Get on the
pride hold.
phone. Call
Yeah.
somebody.
So thank you, sis. Thank you for being a willing vessel for the Lord to use. Thank you for sharing with us all that God is doing with you. You've got something going on that's coming up where the people can come see you
Yeah,
soon. Can you tell them about it? We got
actually,
5 minutes, so we're going to wrap up what you got going on. Let us know what's coming up.
it's tomorrow. It's the Christian Life Center Community Fest here in Rex, Georgia. It's about 30 minutes outside of Atlanta, so it's the metropolitan Atlanta. And it's, oh my God, we got 20 artists. It's a big family day. We got horseback riding. We got slingshots. We got kids zone. We got 3-on-3. We got baptism. We got prayer tents. We got 20 artists that's going to be out there, food trucks, vendors. Oh my goodness, bouncy house. We got so much. And it's from 12 a.m. No, 12 p.m. to 9 a.m. And at the end, it's a finale of fireworks.
All
So it's gonna
right.
be all day. My sis, Calandra Gant, gonna be on this. West End Shorty gonna be on there. Oh my goodness, Quandra Banks gonna be there. It's so many people. This dude called Wingy. Oh my God, Wingy is the bomb. I didn't even know anything about a Wingy. I said I need to find out who he is. I'm serious, girl. It was so many great artists. We got 20 artists. John Wayne Bailey. I mean, some really good artists too. Talkbox. Woo!
Oh, I love Talkbox. I was listening to him this morning. So what's the address again? Where's the location at?
It's in Rex, Georgia. The Christian Life Center Worldwide is the name of the church. I think the address is 6337 Highway 42, Rex, Georgia.
All right, you guys. So make sure you go check out Miss Daphne Hilton. We're gonna play her single that's out again for you guys to listen to. Daphne, they can get your single where?
iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, anywhere. Just Google Daphne Hilton. All of my stuff should come up. Go to Apple Music, I'm there. Go to Spotify, I'm there. Not Spotify, the other one, Amazon, and Google Play.
Amen. And then her manager is putting her contact information if you would like to book her to minister through
Absolutely.
song Or, if you need her to
Word.
do some inspirational word or whatever, you hit her manager up. His information is there on the screen for you to send an email to. I can't see it because, I got young people's eyes.
One Way Management 2022 at Gmail.
There you go. So you guys make sure you follow her on Facebook. You're on Instagram, TikTok,
Everything.
everywhere. So check out Miss Daphne Hilton. And as we go out, check out her latest single, you guys. And Daphne, thank you for
Thank you.
telling us about the favor of God that's on your life.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. One more thing, too. Shameless plug. Daphne's up for a nomination, too. She did not tell you for the Spin Awards. Did you want to tell
Oh,
me?
yeah. Oh, my goodness. The Spin Awards, Blue Bound Music Consultants, S&M. I think I'm about in 4 categories for the S&M Awards with Stephanie McDonald's. It's something else. I think no, we're not that one yet. I'm thinking about the dub, but not yet. So
Go ahead. No, yeah, pretty soon you can find her in that. So, and then also right along with my sis, I'm also up for a nomination for 2 for the Spin as well, for a podcast of the year
yes,
and podcaster of the year, and again for the Music Love Awards for podcast of the year. So make
that's
sure you guys go and vote for us on the Spins. It's the spinsawards.com/vote, and find her for Blue Miles Music, right?
yes.
And also check her out on S&M Awards. Your voting's over with for that. They're getting ready to do the award ceremony, aren't
Oh,
they?
I don't know. Ben, he know.
Did Benny put that information up on the screen?
I told you it's bad for me. It's like, oh,
It's all right, girl. You got a lot going on. So manager takes. That's what managers do. He's taking care of all that. So make sure y'all scroll back through the comments, get her booking information, book her. Follow her on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the good stuff that y'all go and get nosy on. Check it out. Voting ends. Okay, it ends soon, he says. So make sure, I think voting ends tomorrow, she said, for the S&M Awards.
okay.
And then for the Spin Awards, it's till the 31st of July. So make sure you go and vote for all of us. Check us out, follow us. And like I said, we're going to play her single as we go out. Daphne, don't go nowhere, hang around.
Hanging out.
Don't jump off, hang around. And guys, we will see you next week. Have a blessed and prosperous weekend.
Say, I'm going to live, yeah. I will live. You created me for your glory. I will not fear. This is the part I like. Take the load from my shoulder. Satisfy me with your word. The word of your hand is on me. I will not fear. Yes, the way you made me. Yeah, the way you made me. The way you made me. And will not fear. I need somebody to declare this. I will live, live the way you made me. Without